Welcome to the lesson that will demonstrate how to get images for this project. I went ahead and listed 20 animals that I plan on representing on my PowerPoint quilt. I got those names from National Geographic. Now, you might consider having your students do 2 animals. If you're going to do an animal representation, you might have each student get information for 2 different animals and 2 images, and they can contribute their information and their images to the group project. I will talk about this later on. Otherwise, you're going to have 1 student get information for 20 animals. That's pretty involved. I'll go ahead and get started. I'm going to start looking up images for my PowerPoint quilt. So I'll go ahead and I'll select Poison Dart Frog. I can right click and choose copy or Control C, which is the shortcut. Otherwise, I can go to Google and type that in. So I'll go ahead and paste it, Control V, and I want to do an image search. To get the Poison Dart Frog as an image, I will click on Images. Do make sure that Safe Search is set to strict so the kids can be as safe as possible. Now, to guarantee that you get square images, let's revisit the PowerPoint. These are square images, so you want to make sure you get images that are shaped like a square so that you don't distort the image. If you get an image that is shaped like this, let's find one as an example, like this image here, you're going to squash it as a square and it just won't look good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the options here. I'm going to choose Advanced Search. I'm going to scroll down, and where it says Aspect Ratio, I'm going to set that to square. I will then scroll down and click on Advanced Search. It will bring back squares. So you can go through these Poison Dart Frogs to determine which one. You have to pretty much know what they look like before you grab them as well. So you might talk to your students about that. I'll go ahead and click on this blue frog here. I'm now going to save the frog by right-clicking and choosing Save Image As. I will locate that folder that I created on my C drive, and you might rename it, especially if it's crazy with numbers, and I'll just call it Poison Dart Frog and choose Save. If you plan on publishing your PowerPoint for the world to see, you want to make sure that you're not breaking any copyright laws. For example, if you wanted to put this on the internet, you would have to make sure that it's okay. You can't just go grab any of these images and put them in your presentation. So I will go ahead and click on the options, Advanced Search. I will scroll down, and in this case, I will choose under Usage Rights. I will click on that and choose Free to Share or Modify, because I might need to modify it by making it a square. So I'll choose that one and choose Advanced Search. And then you can scroll through these to see which ones you want to use. Even though I went into the options and specified I wanted copyright-friendly images, I myself like to go to Flickr. So I'm going to go to Flickr. I will do a search. I'm going to go to the website. I will click on that. I will go ahead and put in Poison Dart Frog and search. You want to then click on Advanced Search right here. Click on that. Scroll down, and under Creative Commons, click on Only Search Within Creative Commons, and then choose the bottom option unless you plan on using it commercially. But in this case, there are no intentions of making money, so I'm going to click Search and go ahead and go through these images. And I actually like this image here. Go ahead and right-click on that image to save it. And in this case, a medium size is fine. However, if you were creating a movie, you would definitely want to get the larger image. We're just using it for the PowerPoint, and the square is really small in PowerPoint. And you can go ahead and see where it says under license. You can click on that just to double check. And if you read, it says under the following conditions, which is attribution. That means you need to give credit to the image source. Go ahead and go back. I will take note that would be, in this case, that would be Cliff1066. So I'm going to go ahead and right click. I'm going to go ahead and choose Copy Image. Now this is not a square, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and go to Pixlr, which is an online image editor. It's an incredible site, and I love to use it. Go ahead and click on Pixlr.com. When this window loads, go ahead and choose Open Photo Editor. When this pops up, you want to choose Create a New Image. You can just say OK to this window and name it later. That's fine. Then you're going to choose Edit Paste. When this pops up, you can go ahead and put a check next to always allow the application to access the clipboard. Say OK. Now what I'm going to do, so actually this is too big, I'm going to come in and I'm going to select the crop tool here, and I'm going to come in and crop it. Once I drag that crop out and I like the crop, I will click on the Enter key of the keyboard. Now I'm going to go to Image size. I'm going to take the smaller number. In this case, it's 327. I will say OK. I will then go to the marquee tool here. If you scroll over it, you can see. I will click on that, and under Constraint at the top, I will choose Fixed Aspect Ratio, and it happens to be 327. I'll set the other number to also 327, making it a perfect square. I will then click down, and I'm going to actually end up cropping out part of that frog. When you choose Image Crop, the rest will go away. I might actually go get another image, but hopefully you understand now how to make a square image. So in the event that you like this image, you would then choose File, Save. Go ahead and name it. I'll call this Poison Dart Frog 2, since I have 2 of them. Go ahead and set the quality to 100 and then click OK. Then locate that folder where you have the images for this project and save it accordingly. If you're doing it in Pixlr, do make sure that it says a .jpg after the name of your animal. That's kind of important. Save, and now you have another square image. I went ahead and found an image and cropped it, and it's much better than the frogs I did earlier, but you might make some errors and you might need to fix them. So once you have all your images saved, you can go ahead and start putting your PowerPoint together. To add an image to your PowerPoint, you would go ahead and click on one of the squares. You don't want to move it because then you lose that. I'm going to do Control Z to undo that. So click on the square, then you're going to go to Format. You're then going to click on the drop-down arrow of the Shape Fill, which is a paint bucket, and choose Picture. You would then locate that image in that folder that you created earlier and click on the image. You can double-click or you can select it and choose Insert. I like to double-click myself. And that is how you add your images to the quilt. Since I plan on putting this on the internet, I'm going to go back and I'm going to make sure that I thank this person for using his image. I will put his name on a thank you page of the website where I'm hosting this image. This concludes the session on how to get and crop images for this project. Until next time, you have a fabulous day.